Middletown.
I grew up on 3rd Street there. My uncle used to live there.
I was going to say it.
Yeah.
Your clients that I took to see that townhouse, they live in Middletown.
No, oh, all right.
Jewel clients.
Oh, yeah, they do.
Hi, welcome to Shenandoah Dreaming. I'm Paige with Dream Real Estate. I'm here with
Israel Brooks.
Mary Hasselheim.
and today we are going on a field trip to my favorite place, Middletown, Virginia. Miss Ellen got bit by a snake.
No.
Yes.
Who is Miss Ellen? Tell us about her.
Miss Ellen is an elderly black woman who grew up in Middletown, and then they moved to New Jersey, and she and her husband raised their kids in New Jersey, I think, before she came back to Middletown and now lives in the family home that's been passed down a couple of generations.
And evidently her mom was like a singing legend. Like they could hear,
really?
yeah.
That's cool.
Like
She was a
there's some of the older
professional
people
singer.
now that still talk about her.
Yeah,
Like they say they could
In
hear
the
her.
church or
I don't
anywhere?
know.
I think she did professional recordings.
Yeah. There's a gentleman, his name's Floyd Walker. He lives in Winchester, and he says he was, as a child, he can remember singing and hearing her voice through the fields and stuff like that. And
that's cool.
So,
Yeah. So she's one of our local experts on Middletown, that if I ever want to know any information, then she's the person I call first.
Your historian.
Yes, she is one of our resident historians, and she went to the black school. I think it was on Main Street, and I don't think it's there anymore. The old high school is still on Main Street, and the man who owns that has renovated it, and his daughter has opened a child care, early education center in that building as well. And then I guess near there was the black school. So Ellen never went to that school that's still standing. If anybody knows of Joan Chunley, the artist that lived in Middletown for a little while in the Tower House, which is on the south end of town. He had an exhibit at the Museum of the Shenandoah Valley last year. Actually, he's passed away, so it was his children that were doing the exhibit. And Ellen's cousin is in one of his paintings because Chumley's kids used to play with her cousin Calvin. And that property is now part of the Cedar Creek Battlefield Foundation. So if you go south of town, you'll still see the house. You'll see both of those houses. The Tower House will be on your left, behind the Veterans Memorial, and then it's called the Heater House. It's farther down on the right, and that's in the progress of being renovated.
That's the one in the field there.
That's the one out in the
Looks
field, right?
lonely.
Yeah, and then you see Belle Grove over off to the side. So Mrs. Heater was a Union sympathizer during the Civil War, and that's the little house that they lived in. So after the Civil War, she submitted all her receipts to the U.S. government for restitution for everything that she had given away to Union troops during the war. And she got so much money back from the government that she built the house across the street, which is called Monta Vista, and it's huge. Again, if you drive down Route 11 through Middletown on the south end of town, you'll see Monta Vista over on the left. You can actually see it from 81,
81, yeah.
if you look to your right. I am not going to swear to any of these stories. You must do your due diligence and fact check everything I'm saying, but these are the stories that have been passed along to me as the president of the Middletown Heritage Society. This is the stories that I get from my members that have lived in Middletown for a long time.
Do you know anything about the Wayside Inn? Aren't we going to go there today?
We're going to go to the Wayside Inn later. It is the oldest continuously operating inn in the state of Virginia. And one of the things that I'm looking forward to showing you in the Wayside Inn is the old well, which they still have as part of the tavern. And that was actually the well that everybody in town came to get their water. I mean, it's possible George Washington was there.
I'm sure he was.
He was everywhere else around here, of course. Because, I mean, this is the area that he surveyed when he was a young surveyor at, when he was 16? Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you go to White Post, there is literally a white post in the middle of White Post. And that was the origin of where they started the surveying in this area.
And he has a little office there still. It's
In Winchester.
no, he has
Or in
one
White Post.
Yeah, in White Post, yeah.
Okay. And he has one in
Winchester.
Winchester as well. But that was from later, I think during
Yeah,
the
this was
French Indian War.
His earlier one, I think, is in
White Post. Yeah. And the one in Winchester, I think, is from the French Indian War era, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, there's Will there too.
You see, wells everywhere.
I bet George drank out of that.
I bet he did. Middletown has an awesome town park. If you live within town limits, that park is pretty much walkable from anywhere you live in Middletown. And it's huge. I don't know how many acres it is, but they've got 2 ball fields. There's a gazebo. They're putting in a new playground there. They do a lot of activities down there. And it's kind of the hub for when they do the annual 4th of July parade. They bring food trucks and everything and vendors down to that park. And it's there all day. And they had 2 or 3 bands this last 4th of July that played. It's kind of the social place of the town at this point, where everybody goes.
And Middletown's big on parades. I mean,
We love our parades.
yeah, they're
Just
Christmas.
holidays in general, yeah. Christmas holidays are a big deal. We have done, Dominion Real Estate Dream has done the Christmas parade for years at this point. Our founding broker, Tess Klim, was actually Citizen of the Year one year. I think that was the 4th of July parade, though. I used to joke with her that the reason why we're not allowed to throw candy anymore is because she kept hitting people while she was throwing candy.
Not
And
Tess.
that's what they had to abolish. They had to make that rule. No more throwing candy. And the Christmas parade's got to be one of the biggest ones in the area. They get towns coming from all over to come see that parade. And it packs in early. Mm-hmm. And then
I
Santa
enjoy
goes
seeing
down.
the mini tractors they have in the parade.
They always have a lot of tractors.
A lot of tractors. Yeah.
Santa then goes down to the fire hall and, greets all the kids and gets their Christmas wishes and stuff down there.
And I guess, well, it's before Christmas that Charles, the mayor, he lights the Christmas tree, right?
The Christmas tree lighting is always on Black Friday, so the Friday after Thanksgiving.
Okay.
And again, they'll have music there. My theater group has done a carol sing-along for the last few years. And then there's always gifts for the kids under the tree that they can come and get. Santa makes an appearance there too. He's a busy guy.
There used to be a lot of kids in Middletown, and then it kind of slacked off, as everybody aged, and then it started to develop.
My husband and I like to joke that when we moved to Middletown, it was 1,500 people, and the population has doubled. And now we're up to probably 3,000.
I noticed there's the sheets coming in there too.
The Sheets is over by where I live. Yeah, that has been quite the controversy.
Oh.
We do have the Sheets coming.
I remember.
There's a Wawa coming, so.
I remember when McDonald's moved in there. I was like, McDonald's in Middletown? No way. Yeah.
So going back to the parades, I don't know how our mayor gets these people, but we always have professional football players that are part of this parade. It's always somebody from the Washington Commanders. Mark Mosley has been a huge supporter of Middletown and does a lot for the town. He's a really generous guy. At the Christmas tree lighting last year, the lieutenant governor came and spoke to the crowd, which was quite a surprise. For this little tiny town, we get some pretty, famous people coming in. And I don't know how he does that.
And Laura Ridge, the community, is it a community college now? Or is
Laurel
it
Ridge is the
still
community college, yes.
in the 90s it was, but I don't know.
It's still a community
Oh, right.
college, yep. They have a big workforce development program as well.
Mm-hmm.
So what else are we going to tour today? We're going to see in Middletown, we're going to see the Wayside Inn,
Yep.
and we're going to...
One of the greatest things to happen in Middletown in the last year or so is we have a coffee shop. We were begging for a coffee shop for years. So Daily Bonus, which is their original location is in Middletown and Stephen City, they partnered with a coffee roaster. And this is in the old Route 11 potato chips. For anybody who didn't know, Route 11 potato chips were originally made in Middletown.
Stop there often.
Yep, and the big building where they used to make those potato chips is still there. And it is now leased out to a guy who roasts his own coffee. And then the coffee shop in the front sells the coffee, the Daily Buzz. And then they have sandwiches. And there's also a guy in there that makes kombucha. That for you kombucha fans like me, he makes an excellent kombucha. And they sell that in a coffee shop too.
Fun. We should stop there.
Like we have it. Like that's...
Oh,
There you go.
you got your daily buzz.
I already stopped in. Yes, I have to say hi to everybody.
Well, perhaps we should just hit the road so we can see what's going on.
Yep.
Let's go for a dip.
Wow.
There. Okay, so we're at the Wayside Inn. We're in the tavern section of the inn called Larrick's Tavern. And this is the well that the whole town used to use. Back in 1740 it was built. That was before the restaurant was built around it. And the entire town would come here to draw their water. It is, let's see, it's 45 feet deep from the top of the well's stone rim to the bottom of the well. It's 23 feet from the top of the stone rim to the water, and then 22 feet from the top of the water to the bottom of the well. This is the summer kitchen. This is the original kitchen for the Wayside Inn. During the Civil War, this is where they would cook meals. The soldiers would come through from this side, pick up their meals, and then take them out that way to eat. And if I can get my phone here and the flashlight, there's actually a brick here. And if you can get close enough, you can see that it says 1609. All right, so this is the original part of the inn that starts here, and it comes through. So this is their largest and nicest suite here at the Wayside Inn. You can see over here it's got its own sunroom, got a private bathroom right here, and then we've also got the bedroom over here. We are at the Strasburg Emporium in Strasburg, right on their main section of town. We are going to go on a bear hunt. So this place is thousands of square feet of all sorts of interesting stuff. So let's go.
Oh, yeah, the person who wins has to pick a bear for the other person.
First bear.
Oh, man.
Four, five,
Wait a minute. Bear City over here.
Oh, yeah.
Here's one. There's another one right there. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
16 and...
They're all mine. Look at these. These are mine. How many?
the bear jackpot.
I won. She's a bunny, though.
She's a bunny.
She's adorable.
Wow. Hey, little guy. Hey, little girl. House, the attic.
Oh. I'm on it. We're at the bus.
Actually, I might just... yeah, there's your temporal. I think
You get 2 points.
you get a lot. Yeah.
Thanks for coming along on our adventure today. We've gone to the Wayside Inn, and this is the Strasburg Emporium. So if you want to come out to the valley, we're only about 90 minutes from DC, an hour or so from Dulles Airport. It's a great way to spend an afternoon. Thanks for coming with us, and have a great day.